Thunes has recently secured $72 million in a Series C funding round, and the company is now expanding into China.
Sure. I mean, Thunes has been really well funded and fortunate enough to attract great investors. Where Thunes is, of course, in a position, again, if I go back to the initial question, we move money in and out of countries. So to do so, we need to be regulated. We need to get approvals from central banks in countries and all this sort of goodies. And since we operate in so many countries, we deal with a lot of central banks, we deal with a lot of regulators. And these central banks and regulators, they also look at us, how serious are we? What is the capital requirement? Do we trust these fintech companies, startup companies to really move millions of dollars in and out of our country? So for us, it's very important to have a balance sheet which is solid, with a cap table which is solid, with investors who are solid investors, so that we can show we are here to stay, we are serious, and we take things very seriously. Secondly, our company is in a growth mode, so we still invest a lot in adding new countries. 130 is a lot, but it's also still a lot to go. We also have existing customers who are growing with us, who are using our network, to who we can start providing more services than just the networking. So one thing we did last year is we acquired the company who is in compliance as a service. So obviously, if you have a network where you have a bank connected with a wallet, these are two parties who both need strong compliance technology. So we acquired the company so we can build services around not only moving the money, but also making sure that there's extra services built around, and compliance is one of them. So there is an angle of product development, there's an angle of market development, more infrastructure, where we will invest in the next years more money too, because they say, like, look, we deal with 60, 70, 80. So for us, it was very important to get our infrastructure right, the size of the infrastructure, the coverage, before we could take a serious step. Secondly, China also is launching their digital currency. I mean, they launched it already domestically. It's the ECNY is a big digital currency,
yeah.
And obviously this becomes also a currency which is going to be accepted and used on a global trade side. And Thunes is ideally positioned to take a pole position in that and capture a big part of that potential volume. AI we start using about a year and a half ago on our treasury platform. We don't allow the machines to decide on things yet, but they do the recommendations. So it's still a recommending environment. There is 10 who are active. We are in a pole position in China, and there we will test and play. And if it works fine, then we will adopt. And it's a great. I mean, the trade between China and the rest of the world is massive. So we believe there will be volumes. There will be a significant. I would say payments done with this digital currency, and there, as I said, we are exactly in the right spot to capture that opportunity.
Fascinating.